So I looked at my old save file that I used to finish the game the first time, and I finished the game at level 68. Right now, I am level 66 because of all that hunting for Rangda. So, that's going to be useful. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the final dungeon. In this place, we need to go through, and we need to rescue Kichi and Lisa, and June, from our number one adversary. But before we do that, we're gonna... wait. Oh, my golden honey stopped. Alright, wow. Welcome to the final dungeon. This place may look familiar. There's this door here, but don't think too hard about it right now because it's not important. I had a stone up. We haven't had the ability to go back and change out personas, so that's why I still have the same personas I have. I am probably going to switch them around. But welcome to the final dungeon. If you've been to Kadath, this place may look a little familiar. But we also get the music. As I said before, I will be using the PS1 version's music for the final dungeon. Just because, well, I played the entire game in my first playthrough with the PSP music. And there's just something about this dungeon's music that works better for it in the PS1 version. But we are going to be retreading this path that we're on. I'm going to go through this. We are looking for... okay, yeah. This is where we need to be. The Room of Reason. So, coming up, we're going to have a number of choices to make. These choices determine the strength of the upcoming boss battles. But they don't just determine those bosses. Depending on the choices you make, the final boss will be easier or harder, depending on those options. So let's go. Suo, are you sure that you want to give up your dream as a dessert chef? That's pâtissier. That's right. So, you sure? I've decided on my own. After law school, I'll become a police officer. With your grades, you can go anywhere. It's your father, isn't it? You have nothing to do with it. Excuse me. So Katsuya had to give up his own dream for... oh, hi. Regrets are an extreme, aren't they? Nonsense. I don't regret anything. Lying is the start of evil. You really despise your father and brother, huh? If not for them, you could have had your way. You're probably tired of playing the good older brother. Your love to your family is just a rule. That's not true. What's wrong, Suo? Stay sharp! Don't play innocent. You're in love with that woman. You're just deceiving yourself in front of your brother. Fulfill your desires. Why protect such a brother any longer? Whoa there, pal! Alright, so if you pick the first option, you will get stronger fights, but I am not a masochist, so I'm going to pick the second option. Tatsuya, I'll tell you, what this guy is saying is partially true and partially untrue. You made one mistake. You tried to get between us brothers, that face. You're an eyesore. Get lost. Too bad. Nissan, Don't make that face. You're my little brother. I caused everyone trouble. It's okay now. I've never actually seen the versions of these events where you choose the wrong option, but I can imagine that things will be a little awkward between the brothers. Now what you gonna do, Maya? Younger or older, it's a hard choice. Nissan can protect Maya now I can rest easy. That brother combo can kill his own little brother. Damn it, just watching it embarrasses me. Yeah. Amano-kun, that was half true and half, but, you know, thank you. It's because of you. Take care for Tatsuya. Oh gosh, Katsuya. Alright, well, we dealt with that, but we still have a ways to go before we reach our final destination. Now! What's over here? A fight. What in the hell are these guys? Oh, let's see what they are. Cow. They look like birds, so I'm probably not gonna be able to click. Alright, well, we're gonna have to Bane Splash. And then Tatsuya, we are gonna get off of this persona. We don't need the ancestor personas anymore, because they have basically fulfilled their entire purpose for existing. So Nova Kaiser, one cow, and then we'll take off you for Artemis. Or we'll just Crescent Mirror. Alright, go! Ow! They're weak to water. Also, I still have Light Dragon, so I can hit more EXP. Well, unless you're Tatsuya, because he's maxed out. But by killing those cow, we get Speed Magatama. But if we keep going, pretty sure. Yep. Yes, this. We want to interact with this crystal here. Will you touch it? Sure. A door to the rest area was opened. And here it is, the door of the rest area. This rest area will take us to the various parts of Monad Mandala. And then my golden honey runs out, because of course it does. But it doesn't just take us to the different parts of the dungeon. We need to activate each rest area in order to get to them, though. So we can see which doors are which. So it basically just tells us which door is. But one of them does stand out. There's also a Velvet Room and a Trisha Spout in here. So if you need healing and don't want to go back, that's that. But notice how one of these doors said door to Ulala. By using this door, jeez, we're here again. Can't you do something different? If we come through here, we can always come back to the city, so don't you think we're lucky? This is his doing too, right? It bothers me because it seems like he's trying to show off his comfortability. Yeah, that overconfidence. But of course, of all places, it has to be here. Everything begins here and ends here. Is that what he wants to say? Also, yeah, the music is now totally different. And why is that? Well, we also can't go back to Smarter Castle. So if you didn't get Rangda, well, that sucks. But yeah, why is the music different? Well, if you exit the map, yeah, things are not looking so hot. But if we go see Salam at this point in time, he did want a map of Smarter Castle, but if we talk to him now, we could take a new request. He wants a map of the final dungeon. So we'll get the blank Monad Mandala map. Now, it seems a little strange that we can get a map of the final dungeon, even though it's the final dungeon, but we'll get to that when we get to that. For now, let's go heal up. Unfortunately, I'm going to see this guy with the magic fingers. Gross. But since we're back here in town, we can buy items, we can do all the stuff we want to do. But, unfortunately for me, there is stuff we can do here. So first things first, Giga Macho now has the final album available. So we're going to go grab those. I probably should have grabbed magazines, because I'm going to have to come back later anyway. Giga Macho's down here. I'm already forgetting where things are. Alright. The final album. And of course, we have to buy them one at a time. We got the Amino Torfune. Sumaru Castle. Monad Mandala. And then BGM 2 and 3. Now, one other thing that's available is that Claire de Lune has new items in stock. Alright, we're out of here. But at this point, we can just use Pod Paracha to make whatever we want. So, I mean, may as well at least see. I'm not doing the French voice. What do you got? Grim Reaper. I'll buy that for Maya. And then water damage. I'll actually buy this. Billion Maka coin. Buy that. And then I'll buy that. And that should be enough. Cost a pretty penny, but we'll take it. Now, before we go off on our misadventures, there is actually one other thing we can do. It's not really anything important. Alright, I didn't buy one for Katsuya. It's not really anything important, but it is closure. If we go to the Kismet office after finishing Sumaru Castle, when we have access back to town, we can go back to Mizuno's office again. There is no incentive to do this, but if we go there and talk to her... Amano, what was my life? That was all about work. The city flies, some weird incident happens, no one knows what's real. When I thought of what reality is to me, I must have never experienced any. I was just working without purpose. I wasn't like this before. I had a dream. You can recapture your dreams. Amano, you're right. I can't lose that to the young people. Now go. I don't know the details, but you have something you must do right. Say hello to the man with the sunglasses. See, so this isn't really an important thing. It's kind of just closure. Like, I did think Mizuno was kind of a bitch when we first saw her, but, you know, she's just a workaholic who must have had problems with her own life that led to her becoming the way she is. So, I mean, I can't really blame her for becoming that way. Because that kind of just happens to people. But sometimes you just get burned so many times that you just become closed off to other people. And then you just kind of go through the days in kind of a, you know. But anyway, we're gonna get back to business. By finishing Sumaru Castle, Area 7 of the air raid shelter is now open. But we have to go into Area 6. So we got to see this damn place again. Trust me, this isn't the last time we're coming here. We have to come back here again later, because of course we do. Because there's 8 areas. And we have to get the path to Area 8 open, which we can conveniently do because we have the path with Giramacala. Now I need to remember where the hell Area 6 is. Pretty sure. Well, there goes my fortune. Well, there goes my golden honey. It was over here. No, there's just a convenient door to Area 7. So here in Area 7, Virochana spawns. And he is like level 73, I think it was, I put in my notes. Yeah, he's level 73. So you can Estoma away everything else. I forgot to grab my other personas. I really don't want to go back right now. Actually, I will need to go back because I don't have my Estoma persona anymore. God damn it. I'll be right back. Alright, welcome to Area 7. I actually did go and make one new persona. I'm not even going to try and pronounce this name because I know I'm going to butcher it. But this persona gets Wall of Wind, which we're going to need for an upcoming fight. Because my current Wall of Wind user is, gone. But Area 7 is very annoying because there's a bunch of holes that we need to go through. And we need to find the map somewhere among this maze of holes. Also, you know, Virochana isn't here, so we're going to try and hunt this guy down too. I don't even know what the hell I am. Also, I made sure that we got our Stoma persona, so we can Stoma constantly. We are higher level than most of the encounters in here. Ouch. So we should have slightly less problems finding Virochana. The problem is more going to be finding the map. There are also 3 notes in this place. I also do need to turn Estoma off because Giramacala also spawns in here, so we need to stop doing that. Oh my god, where am I? We need to talk with Giramacala in order to get access to Area 8. I'm pretty sure it's not over here. We found one of the notes. September 2nd. I heard the new god in Mars astronomy, the Aurora Borealis. Aurora Borealis? At this time of year, at this time of day, in this part of the country, localized entirely within near Lethertup's domain. Odin was swallowed by Fenrir, you know. Yeah. Sucks to be Odin. Alright, where the fuck? Okay, well there's the map over there. So how do we get to the map? Not by having my Estoma out. I have not run into anything. There is an enemy that is level 66 in here. Well, 68. It's not the highest level enemy in the game, but it is pretty high, so I'm surprised I haven't run into it yet. Alright, I think if we go down here like this, we can get the map. Alright, now take a look at this absolute mess. Look at this. This is Area 7. And I got to spend 500 years in here looking for Virochana. Oh my god, really? Are you kidding me? Well, it doesn't look like there's anything of substance over there. It kind of sucks that... Okay, is there anything over here? No. I'm not even taking damage from these files anymore. Okay, there's a ladder. Hold on, how do I get the ladder? Other side. September 8th. Daddy, it's so dark in here that I can't see anything. Is my Rangok here? Hey, Sachiko can't tell either. I'm actually kind of shocked I haven't run into anything yet. Okay, hold on. This is a death trap. And Katsuya is taking damage. Oh my god, really? Okay, progress. I think over here should be the last note. August 30th. I learned more stuff from Mommy when the sun set in Tyr. Tyr is called Mars in Roman myths. Alright, that should be everything in here, besides Virochana, who I get to spend an unhealthy amount of time running up and down this corridor until he eventually spawns and resetting his Soma 5 billion times, so that's gonna be fun. So I'll be back when I eventually run into Virochana. Surprisingly, it did not take as long to run into him as I thought it would. But here he is, Virochana. So if you want to deal with this guy with little difficulty, Wall of Flame is useful, but there aren't that many good personas that have it, so we're just gonna go with our usual tactics of quick buttons until the boss dies. And by quick buttons till the boss dies, I mean we're gonna not have any water spells at all, because fuck me. Well, I guess we're gonna have to do that, and then everyone else will just click buttons until we win. No fire skills on him because he's obviously a fire god. And then we could just have Haster do Hastery things. Alright, let's go. So what do you want to do to me? Myriad arrows. Ouch! Oh my god, he hurts! I didn't set any buffs. That's what I should have started off with. I should have given Ulala the synchronized gear. But it should be fine if he dies immediately. Well, shit. He didn't die immediately. What's the problem? Alright, change of plans. We're gonna set buffs. We're gonna set buffs so that way we don't die. Like, well, I can use Maelstrom now. Not like it matters. It's an enemy we can't just instant kill. So let's use Marakikaja. And then we will break out Maya Prime. Maya Prime will eventually be retired, but I don't know when that day will come. Then Ulala, just use Bufadine again. Alright. So if he uses Myriad Arrows again, we'll be safe. Freeze him. Nice! Alright, hit him with a Heavy Rain. Are you dead yet? No. Alright, well, plenty more where that came from. Let's up a magic attack. And then do that. Do I have the skill I want yet? Yes, I do. Alright, I don't need to rank it up anymore. I will need to rank up Odin, though. To rank 8. I haven't made Odin yet. I did go and return some weaker personas. So I have room now in the stock for other stuff. Please? Pff, holy. Freeze him again. Never mind.
I'm a champion.
Alright, and for defeating Virochana, we get the 1000 Lotus Petal material card. So now we can summon him. And now it's time for part 2 of this little misadventure. I have to encounter Gira Makala in here. And who knows how long that'll take. So I'll be back when I eventually find that guy too. So, funny thing is I found him immediately. Alright, so we just do what we did before. Wait, no, I need Buffa. We do what we did before. And then have him open the way for us. Break rockin' way. Me break, you happy. Alright, and then he's gonna leave. Meanwhile, let's blow up the rest of these demons. Let's use Maelstrom. And then Maya can switch back to Artemis. I said switch back to Artemis. So that way we can quick Ice Blast. And then the fight should be over. They're dead. Alright. With that settled, that is every optional thing we can do right now. And now it's time to go back to the Monad Mandala. So I'm going to golden honey my way back, and I will be just a moment. Alright, welcome back to Monad Mandala. So it looks like any map progress we've already made is still covered, which is pretty convenient. Alright, so which door was it that we already went to? It wasn't these two, but I need to fill in this stuff anyway. Now, it may not seem useful to do the map of the final dungeon, but there is a tangible reward for it that would be helpful if you plan to do New Game Plus. We're going to talk about things regarding New Game Plus before we fight the final boss, so I'm not going to bring that stuff up now. I'm pretty sure we went through this door. Yeah, so now we got to walk through this entire damn place. Okay. Okay, that's the right way. We need to fill in the world of reason first. Well, it's basically just the same old that we've been doing this whole time. Of course. Just run through, fill in your map. And then probably slaughter any enemy that gets in your way because, you know, EXP is nice. I do have to come back here through the Room of Reason, though. And then we're going to have our golden honey run out like 500 times because, of course. But this, I feel like, though, with the right personas, you can comfortably beat the game around level 65. It's not like Innocent Sin to where, unless you're going for everything, you need to get ludicrous levels. And yeah, doing all that was a mistake because it made the playthrough take even longer, even though this game is going to be a few videos longer than the Innocent Sin playthrough overall was. But, oh god, I never want to do that again. Doing all those fusion spells was a pain in the ass. I'm not even going to lie to you. It was terrible. Especially the grind level 96, it was so damn slow. Like, it was misery. Alright, there's nothing over here. Though I do have to step on that. Alright, so all I have to do is probably that door over there too. Yep, because this takes us to a locked door. But yeah, having the golden honey makes everything easier. Sure, you do have to go through these paths that don't go anywhere. Fitting for a final dungeon to be filled to the brim with nonsense paths. But, you know, that's just normal for this game at this point. But having the golden honey does make life easy. Alright, where does this go? This is just a trap. It just takes us back here. Are you kidding me? Alright, well at least we've mostly covered this area. Though I have to backtrack now. But yeah, coming up, we can run into Valkyrie in the next world. And if you have a rank 8 Odin, she will give you a one-time only Legend Bright. So you can use one of those, plus an Akashic Ring, to make another ultimate weapon. I actually did go and visit Pod Paracha off-screen when I was grabbing personas and stuff. And we can make a couple of other things, too, if we have the right items. But right now, I kind of don't want to go back yet. So, we'll do that later. I'm pretty sure this is a fight. Yes, it is. It's a bunch of angels. And we know how to deal with a bunch of angels. We blow them up. And then Maya can just click Crescent Mirror. And Katsuya. For Katsuya, I did go and grab Hyperion because we're going to need Earth skills. So we could just Maragi Dine. And then hopefully we win. Ouch. The only one I didn't take damage of was Katsuya, because of course not. Alright, so for our efforts we get a Tarakaja card, but this point is not really that useful. Since by this point we've already had access to Tarakaja cards for a while now. Now, back when I was farming encounters. Alright, that should be everything on the World of Reason. So back when I was farming encounters for Rhinda, I did pick up a certain something. A card, if you will. It's somewhere on here. This one, the Annihilation card, which gives you access to Megidolion. I only got one, but one is enough because all we have to do is register at Time Castle. But we'll do that later. So yeah, now I can just slap Megidolion on basically any persona for the rest of the game. If I really won't like it. But I kind of don't feel like it, not gonna lie. Megidolion is nice and all, but it's not really useful at this point. But up we go to the World of Instinct. Now here in the World of Instinct, like I said, we can run to Valkyrie, and Valkyrie will give us a Legend Bright one time only if we have Odin, at rank 8 specifically. We will be using Odin later for something in Tatsuya scenario, but for now, grab 2 antidotes and open this door, which takes us somewhere. Well, we got a Soma. That's really useful. I'm probably gonna have to backtrack at this rate. Oh god, where does this go? Somewhere. I don't know, actually. Well, over there is where we need to be. That's the door. Nothing. Okay, well, I'm gonna backtrack real quick. Because over there is the Room of Instinct, and that's where we need to be. So this was the right way. This is also not the right way. I'm gonna go this way. But yeah, this music does feel very final compared to the PSP version. I'm starting to see why people don't like the PSP version for the Final Dungeon. But a lot of the people who say that stuff are usually the types who are very much... Uh-oh. Oh boy, what the hell is this? Well, I'm just gonna blindly click Giga Cyclone and hope for the best. Hey, look at that! All worked out in the end. Probably helps that my fusion spells are being bolstered by... Never mind, forget what I said. Let me guess, it's another trap. No, it's just a dead end. But because Salam wishes for it, we have to fill in everything. Okay, that's it. That's all there is over here. So now we can go to the Room of Instinct. Alright. Just... Golden Honey. And off we go. Off we go this way instead. But yeah, since the encounters here are the same as in Kadath, If you've played through Tatsuya scenario, you're basically already used to the encounters in this place. So if you're doing Tatsuya scenario, you shouldn't be that afraid of anything here. Alright, so what's over here then? Now we got this is an encounter. Yes, it is. Why do I have a bad feeling about that guy in the back? Oh no. Yeah, they're gonna fucking blast me. I have a very bad feeling about this guy in the back, so we're gonna do that. Hey look, I was right to be worried about him. He reflects magic. Alright, so what do we got? A diorama card. That's pretty worthless considering that we have much better cards at this point in the game. Alright, so what trap is Nyarlathotep got for us this time? So you see, he was thinking that he was all hot shit when in fact. Hey, Maya, you listening? That deja vu boy again? You're so lucky, compared to me. Why do you have such bad luck with men? It's always been like that. You're always getting attention. Why do I have to be the ugly skank? I'm 10 times prettier than you. I'm also athletic, fashionable, and a great homemaker. Maybe a good dancer to boot. What's wrong with me? So I might have all the curves, but working my ass off at a boring job. It's probably that I'm not satisfied with myself. I don't have my place in this world. Seriously, I'm so jealous of you. Hello? I've been ripping into you for the past 5 minutes. All you can do is sleep? Sometimes I wonder why I even bother. Well, you do work late every day. Let's go home, Maya. Here, grab your purse. Well, I mean, considering her boss was a total bitch to her. But I think this may be part of why Ulala called the Joker on Maya while she was drunk one night. Oh, hi. That's so pathetic. Drunkenness, complaining, jealousy. Appeal rating 0. You're not qualified to be a woman. No one would even look at a woman like you. You'd be surprised. Looking after that girl is just to hide your inferiority complex. Ugh, you don't have to rub it in. However, even the fool is starting to realize it in her own foolish way, huh? You should know, you're her best friend. Whether she found herself or not, you tell her instead. Well, that's just it. That's her own answer. We can't tell her that. She has to find herself on her own. So no. If you pick the second option, obviously bad things are going to happen, so we're going to pick the first one. Thanks, Maya. I was wrong to try and find myself. You have to make yourself. I'm nowhere to be found. It's me who decides what's going to happen. How boring. That puts a damper on my day. Just like before, this was a trap. Nyarlathotep's probably laughing, watching this whole thing play out. This bastard. But we didn't fall for it again. Still, what is their objective? Why are they not attacking? Why are they beating around the bush? You don't find yourself, you make yourself. Huh, that's not bad, especially with Serizawa. Oh my god, Balfu. There's only one good thing about all this. I met all of you. I'll thank fate for that. Once again, I still like how Ulala is like the normal person among this cast of freaking weirdos. These are his old tricks, showing us our shadows. Don't fall for it. You'll be swallowed by the shadows. Yeah. He pulled this shit before. Right. Let's keep going. We should be able to find a crystal that'll open the door to the rest area so we can come back to the world of instinct anytime. But we're already... What? Actually, conveniently enough, it's right there. I was literally just talking about it. It's right there. This feels like that one RPG making game I played, where every time I talked about, like, X enemy could do Y thing, I just ended up murder. No, wait, I think that was Innocent Sin, actually, where I kept talking about all these dangerous things the enemy could do, and then I blew them up and they died before they ever got to do any of the dangerous things they would normally do. Alright, what is this? Nothing. It is the right way, actually. So that means this is the rest area. So if we want to go back, we can do that. Wait, hold on. What does that say? Door to instinct. Well, we found an error. That's it for the world of instinct already. All right. I'm actually going to take a glance at my notes real quick just to make sure we're good to go. Alright, we're almost to the boss, actually. So, once we get closer, I'm going to go back and grab Light Dragon, just so we have it. Alright, let's see. Trap. Not trap. Golden honey. But yeah, we should be nearly there. Poison trap. They get everything over there, right? Yes. The World of Judgment is actually the place where our heal spot's at. Alright, it's this one. Alright, yeah, we want to take this door. And then we want to take the north door. If we don't take the other doors, take the wrong door, we will get into encounters, and the encounters don't really give you anything. So we want to take this door and this door. And that's the safe way. And then if we go down this way... Okay, well, it's a straight path. It's a straight path. It's still a straight path. And over there is the door. It's literally just a straight road. Are you kidding me? After that little excursion we just went through, it's just nothing but a straight road. Okay, more or less. So what's over here? Nothing? No, this is the right way. So what's in here then? Oh, it's the rest area door. But we can't access it yet. Which means the only way to go is... Surazawa-kun, do you feel it? Yeah, our imposter's right. We have to sell this ourselves. So, in the World of Judgment is our first showdown. But I'm gonna go grab Light Dragon, so I will be just a moment. Alright, so before we go in, I would advise having wall air, which I do have, but shot resistance or repel is very useful. Otherwise, earth skills, and then you want water or ice to hit weaknesses. So, let's do it. Ikichi! Isn't that nice? He's still asleep. Put him down. Alright, so that's all that needs to be said. So, Shadow Ulala and Shadow Katsuya. Similar to the Shadow Cells of Innocent Sin, they use reverse versions of our party's ultimate personas. Reverse Asteria and Reverse Hyperion. Reverse Asteria basically gets shut down completely by wind skill, by Wall of Air, so she is less of a threat, besides the fact she can charm. Shadow Hyperion, however, is a completely different story. One of his skills is Vice Shot, a dark version of Justice Shot. It is an instant kill move. That is all that needs to be said about it. But it is not dark element, it is shot element. So, if you have shot resistance, then he can't kill you. Well, I mean, it reduces the chance of him killing you. But the problem is we have Artemis and Haster, who are both weak to all Fizz elements. We fortunately have ways of setting up Tetrakarn, though. So, as always, we're going to set up our buffs. Starting with Magic Attack, because we want to kill these guys faster. Ulala's going to set up Wall of Air. And then we're going to switch off to Lenog, because I brought Lenog. I have Hyperion with Magnedyne to hit Shadow Ulala. And then Baofu is just here to look pretty, I guess, because we're just going to set up Tetrakarns. So we're going to set up Tetrakarn on Maya first. Alright, let's do it. So let's mock Zamakaja. Or Makakaja. Get Wall of Air up, so now Shadow Ulala is basically dead weight. Nice rank up. And a decent amount. Alright, what are their first moves gonna be? A waste of a turn. And Heat Kaiser. Ouch. Okay, yeah, we need to bring up our magic defense too. That kind of hurt. So that's Masa Makaja. Ulala can now switch off to Lenog, so now we can start spamming our fusion spells. And then everyone else can just keep doing their thing. I just want to make sure that my... Okay, good. Alright, set up our buffs. Wait, hold on. Whoops, I just did make a mistake. Uh-oh, well this is bad. Now I've just completely ruined my entire turn order. Unless I want to give them turns to kill me, well, I'm gonna have to give them turns to kill me now, because I just ruined everything. I just realized I didn't change my target for Tetrakarn. Well, time for pain. Never mind. Dark Nebula is a wind skill, so we completely block it. Like I said, she's just completely shut down. And then triple down. Yikes. I mean, fortunately for us, Tatsuya has loads of HP, so he's fine. Alright. Boulder Smash Ulala. $1K! Alright, let's get up our defense too, because that triple down kind of hurt. And then we'll hit him with another Boulder Smash. We will change our Tetrakarn target to Katsuya. And off we go. Now after this, we can just switch back to Artemis and just start having double Tetrakarns going. Boulder Smash. Now, if you really want to just blow them up without really caring about using elemental weaknesses, if you have all the ultimate personas... Oh, waste of a turn. If you have all the ultimate personas, you could literally just use Dragon Cross and Dragon Cross spam your way to victory. And there's my shot. I think Katsuya's dead. No, he missed. Alright, yeah, I have Tetrakarn up. Alright, perfect. So we have all our buffs up, so I don't really need these two anymore. Wait, Izanami has an ice skill, doesn't she? Yeah. So we're So we can probably just start clicking diamond dust. And then Maya. You know what? We're gonna start going after Shadow Katsuya now. So let's start with the Ice Blastin'. And then Baofu will set Tetrakarn back up on Katsuya. Tatsuya and Baofu are not protected yet, so that could be bad news for us. Alright, Ice Blast, that's all. That's fine. Look at that damage! Oh my goodness! Alright, Shadow and Ulala should be dead. I forgot to talk to them! Because she's definitely gonna die from this. Whoops. Heat Kaiser. Look at that! That damage is so low now. Alright. Hi, Katsuya. Yeah, shut up. Alright, so we don't have any more need for these two. So I may as well just keep clicking the moves I'm already clicking. Really, we don't need to do much different. Wait, we can Ice Crush. You know what, yeah. Start doing that, I guess. And then we can just Boulder Smash him too. So let's see how much this does then. Yes! Does so much damage! Oh my goodness. Alright, he should be dead. Yep, just like that. 160,000 EXP. Thanks to Light Dragon. Also, all that leveling up during hunting Rangda really improved my stats. Hell, I could use some incenses to max out my dexterity and agility now. Oh, and Katsuya's strength is maxed. Ikichi. He's not awake. For the time being, we're safe. But, are you sure about this, Tatsuya-kun? Thinking about any memories of you. He's your friend, right? It's okay. Philemon. I will return him to the real world. I am sorry, but taking him with you is exactly what he wants. It is hard, but move on. Alright, that's one down. Amano, a little group here's a bunch of barbarians. You better be prepared. Yeah. You're part of this group of barbarians, Baofu. Amano-kun, he said anger is the shadow source of power, didn't he? I'm sorry, but I don't think I can hold myself back. I don't care how much I'm despised, but I cannot sit here and watch everyone suffer. I will protect this side and everyone's memories. I've never been so angry for someone else all my life. What did Tatsuya-kun do to deserve this? Well, I guess we're gonna find out the further in we go. Now, by defeating those two, if we come up further ahead, we will run out of our golden honey, because of course we will. But you know what? Let's use these incenses on Maya now. Oh, that increases my stats by 2, so yeah, my agility, dex, and agility are now maxed out. That's hilarious. Alright, well, we can activate the crystal and open up that door to the rest area over at the Room of Judgment, past the Room of Judgment that we went to past before. So, that is where we're going to stop for today. We're going to head back, heal up, and prepare ourselves for the next part of the Monad Mandala, because we're certainly not out of the woods yet. Near a lot of the times, game goes on. And from the Room of Judgment, we will continue our quest to stop this chuckle fuck once and for all. next time. So, I will see you then.